least listen to each other, learn from each other, and go, oh, well, damn, yeah, that's the same thing. Because it is. It is. There's no, whatever you want to call it, incels, alpha males, that shit ain't new. They're saying the same thing. Clothes have changed. We got some new technology. We got, we got some extra rights. It got a little bit better for us, but like, we still ain't getting paid. Our labor is still being undervalued. Our time is being undervalued. We're being sexually assaulted. We're being all types of humiliated, dismissed, dehumanized. It's been the same shit. It has been this way for centuries, y'all. This it's not a new generation. This is different. The ideals, the message, the pain, the hurt, the harm, it is still the exact same. What is happening is with us. More and more women are starting to realize, oh, this is fucked up. And, oh, wait, this kind of was always fucked up. That's what's happening. That is what.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be hitting on a lot of different rough topics that I've been seeing in the media lately. So this is a trigger warning now. If you're not in the headspace to listen to these types of things, we're going to be covering just pretty much everything crazy we've seen in the news lately. I'm going to try to hit it all really quickly. So again, if you're not in the headspace for that, this is your warning to go ahead and click off the video now and find something a little bit more suitable. And I'm also going to be doing a moment of silence for those that we lost in the fires out in West Hollywood and those that we lost after New Year's Eve in New Orleans. So I'm going to take a time to do a moment of silence, and I'm going to start that break now. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the group chat that was exposed. I think it was Telegram, the app that they were using, and there was over 70,000 men and boys who were giving each other advice on how to grape and do essay on women. And it's really not shocking and it's really not surprising. This is something that's been going on for a very, very long time. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some clips that I saw talking about it.
That number is not hyperbole. 70,000 men got into a group chat and have sustained it for years, where the whole purpose of it was to give tips and tricks about how to harm women in your life. Your girlfriend, your aunt, your sister, your mom, your daughter. And we wonder why it is that women will have these conversations in social media about the man or the bear. Well, bear's not doing that. Grizzlies aren't getting together and talking through the trees about how to fuck up women. Like, that's not happening. And you know what really frustrates me about this news at all existing, beyond the fact of I can't even imagine how many women have just like had their lives made worse, if not totally harmed or ended by this chat. But it makes me angry because you know that 70,000 is a big enough number. That's enough people to fill all SoFi Stadium, by the way. That's a big enough number that almost certainly a non-insignificant portion of the people in that chat were young men between the ages of 10 and 20. And I just wonder who in their life is asking them, who are you spending your time with? Where are you hearing that? Who told you to talk like that? You know, because like if it starts in a group chat, it's going to percolate into regular conversation. And if you're a young guy like me, I'm 26, you know, I have a 15-year-old nephew. And if I heard any inkling about that young man talking in any way about harming the women in his life, I mean, he'd be getting a call from me, right? Like it's not even a negotiation. You know, it would be a call to understand, what are you doing, first of all, and then it would be me cajoling the shit out of him to stop that. Because there's a point where when the conversation is about harm, it's less about the gentle parenting, right? It's about letting people know, like, that's not okay. You know, like, you are not a man to do that. You know, no man is a man to do that. Things like that. And it just makes me wonder how many of these young men who were certainly in this chat were able to show the chat directly to their friends or maybe even to older men in their life and only receive like, oh man, that's so edgy, that's so crazy, instead of being like, hey, you want to fucking show me that again? You want to tell me why you're in that chat? You know? I just, God, dude, it's just, it drives me crazy because people on the right love to talk about social decay and about corrosion of morals. This is it. Stuff like this is it. This is the acid bath on everybody's psyche and sense of safety that nobody needs. You know, and for what? For what? For these guys to feel tough? Like, for them to share memes where the joke is woman hurt? Like, where's the outrage about this? You know, where's the outrage about this? Because there were American men in that chat. You know, where's the outrage about this? About what that reflects about our values, you know? Holy shit, dude.
70,000 men have been caught in a group chat on Telegram about SAing and graping women, giving each other tips and hacks, and some of them even posted the act in the group chat. I'm not even gonna talk to women about what they need to do to protect themselves. I'm finna talk to the men. Cause y'all always comment, well, it's not all men. How they supposed to know that? When one group got 70,000 men in there planning on attacking them. What are y'all gonna do to protect your mother, your cousins, your grandmother, your aunties, your girlfriends, your wives? Y'all always put the blame on women. Well, women shouldn't be dressing like this. Women shouldn't act like this. Women shouldn't do this. Women shouldn't do that. What are y'all gonna do to check your homeboys? To check your brothers? To check your cousins? What are y'all gonna do? Because that's just one group, 70,000. Ladies, what I will tell you is treat every man like they one of them 70,000 until they prove themselves otherwise. And they need to release that list expeditiously and find out if there's any more groups. And that group being on Telegram is crazy because it's not banned in the United States because they won't share their data with the government. Yet, TikTok is gonna get banned and they've been sharing their data with the government. That don't make sense to me.
Just a reality check that you see those 70,000 men in that group chat talking about raping women, including their wives and family members. There's a chance that you know one of those men in that group chat. Yeah.
It's been 4 days since news came out about 70,000 men in a group chat talking about doing things to the women in their lives, their sisters, aunts, sharing pics and whatnot. And one very important detail keeps getting left out, so I'm here to add that detail. It was 70,000 German men, 70,000 white men, 70,000 Caucasian, Aryan, blonde, blue-eyed, pasta lobster, this is what we want, white men are better type men. Because that distinction needs to be made, because when white men do something, it's something that all men do apparently. But when black men do something, it's something that's unique to us. So I just wanted to put this out there, that those men were all white Caucasian men. Thank you. Also, TikTok, this would be the third video I'm making on this topic. Can you please stop deleting my videos?
70,000 men found in a group chat bragging about essaying their wives, sisters, and female family members, offering them up to others? What?
He's everywhere, but specifically I heard about this one over the weekend here in the Midwest in Minneapolis. Continuing on the general theme of telling all my ladies in the cities to look out for these crappy men, this weekend my inbox has been flooded with stories from girls. Some guys I know, some guys I don't know. And out of respect and safety, of course, these women's stories are not mine to share, but we now do share the burden of the story, so that's terrific. Some things that exist. One of the things, though, that I had only heard an urban legend, but now have confirmation it's true because many of y'all have seen it, is that these boys have these group chats. I believe they're on Snapchat, right? Because no paper trail. And it's like, you know how women have like the Are We Dating the Same Man groups that have gotten out of hand, so I don't really pay much attention to them anymore. But like the original intentions for those groups was to watch out for other women and like warn them. So boys have a similar thing, except instead of good, they're doing it for evil. And what they do is before or after they hook up with women, they will send photos of these women in these group chats to share with all of the boys. Now, I don't know the details if there's like one really large one or just a lot of little ones, but I will tell you, I heard some of the names of boys I know who are in it, and I was shocked, okay? I did not suspect that. So for the love of God, tell your friends, tell your daughters, check up on your mans, okay? Even if you think you trust them, maybe just like keep a little heads up, because it's not just the photos that like you're sending them that they're sharing, they're taking.
More than 70,000 males, young and old, participated in this Telegram group in which they offered advice and encouraged one another to grape and assault the girls and women around them. These chats and channels were discovered by a German broadcaster and an investigative group. These groups were discovered after a year-long investigation, and most of them were shut down, these groups, these channels, but the users have already been sent links and invited to new channels and new groups in which they can discuss this all over again. The contents of the channels and chats are as follows. Trigger warning. The males in this group shared videos and photos of previous and even live sexual assaults. They shared tips and tricks on how to assault the girls and women in their own households, including their own daughters. Many of them shared rape fantasies and also shared stories of previous rapes that they have committed. They sent each other links to online shops in which they could buy sedatives that were disguised as hair products. They gave each other tips and tricks on how to properly sedate their mothers, their sisters, their daughters, their cousins. There were even members of this group who would sedate their wives, their girlfriends, their sisters, their mothers, and invite other members of this group to come and grape them while they were sedated.
They had a story.
I'm sure many of you ladies are wondering where these men are from. Everywhere. Everywhere. They are from all over the world, but most of them were English speakers.
Sure.
Ladies, this is what they do when they come together. They come up with better ways to harm you. And for those of you ladies who feel like men from a certain part of the world are better than men from another part of the world, I need you to really get into this, because they're not. This is what they do when they come together. And once again, just because this big chat and these big channels have been shut down, it does not mean that there are not thousands more. But we're supposed to want to marry them and have kids with them and spend our lives with them. Please. A group chat?
The problem is with the other part of the world view women. It has to do with
men in a
it's
group
loud.
chat. 70,000 men in a group chat. What are they discussing? How to harm women and children. And this includes the women in their families, including their mothers. I don't know, y'all, we going into a new year. If this is not a sign, ladies, for you to be decentering men, if this, girl, 70,000. Putting all that energy into plotting and scheming against women, why don't they just sleep together? Problem solved. Keep us out of the conversation and y'all sleep together. Why don't y'all play matchmaker in that fucking group chat? 70,000 men. That should be enough incentive for you to decenter them and to stay single and celibate and level up.
There's no epidemic
to the audio
for women to be afraid of men. But there's no epidemic of male violence, right? It's hardly any of them, right? It's irrational for women to be afraid of men, right? But there's no epidemic of male violence, right?
And the man saying angry, lonely men, like in a society, they're gonna start to like revolt and shit. It's
Yeah.
if that grows, what can you do? What can you do? I'm not like that, but I'm saying like what can I do? Like I can't do anything about that. That's like 70,000 men out there that are like they're going against women, because it has to be that. Like why else would you be angry at women? I don't think cheating or like, you know, betrayal is enough to make you go do all of that. You know, I don't think that in my soul. I don't think that has to be like a bitterness or a grudge that they're holding against those women. But at the end of the day, you gotta just spiritually protect yourself, man. That's all you can do at this point, right? Because it's the physical.
70,000 men in a group chat discussing how to harm women and children, and like their mamas and aunties and cousins, just women. And y'all freaking. I remember making a string of videos back in the day asking women this question. Look at me. I'm done lying. I'm 6 feet. I'm damn near 6'1". I'm right there. So I'm gonna just lie and say I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3", and in real life I'm 220. I carry a. Do you think I carry a gun because like these dangerous women are out here on the prowl? Hell no. This is crazy. I'm getting like a feeling of deja vu because I've made this exact video. Yeah, I don't carry because the ladies are scaring me. I carry it. There's dangerous men out here. I just want to make it abundantly clear. I'm scared of them just like you scared of them. Sit in a group chat, talking about, hey, I'm gonna beat my mom ass tonight. That's not funny. But let's really. I haven't even read one of the stories. If they broke it down by percent, I bet 80% of them are below the age of 18. I've noticed something from that group. They grew up in a world where women have what seems like more power. And they're angry. Them boys need some love and some light in their life, because I never thought I would see such a group of, this is gonna sound crazy, disenfranchised young men. Never thought I would see such a group of, this is gonna sound crazy, disenfranchised young men.
It's not just young men.
Of all races, but mostly white men. The blue-haired white women. They've infiltrated that white American view of the world. It's like falling apart. And then blue-haired white women, they be pissing me off too. But the blue-haired white women, them white boys live with them. That's their mamas and aunties and cousins. The ones who be like running the TikTok streets, that's their mamas, aunties, and cousins. That's who they dealing with. Because he couldn't have been that many black men in that group chat. I'm just trying to clear our name.
So, yeah, it's really disturbing, and it's definitely not anything new. I'm actually going to show you guys some clips from another YouTuber who went over something called the capping community. Back in the day, before screenshots were a thing, in the early days of the internet, think like 2012 Tumblr era, around the time I was in middle school and high school and stuff, there was something where you could capture a picture, kind of like a screenshot, and that's why they call it the capping community. So they would enter chat rooms and like IMVU, any place where a child would be on the internet, and they would bribe them into doing, sexual things, and then they would take a capture picture of that and then blackmail them for months and like forever, really, and just torture these people and send them to their friends and family. And a lot of the young girls did end up committing, over this. And I remember hearing about it. I'm going to show you guys some clips of that.
And that's no coincidence, as virtually all the caps highlighted are mentioned to have come from minors, while those obtaining the caps were generally far older, meaning that a key pillar of this community wasn't just exploitation and blackmail, but pedophilia as well. And to truly hammer this point home, the host even refers to cam girls above the age of 18 as retired.
This is also the only place you can see Charmander, dog, and panther moose. So I guess it's also a camp retirement home.
It's impossibly grim, and though I feel the examples given prior go a long way in explaining what the Daily Capper was all about, I think the host manages to encapsulate just how vile their own show was in this one little segment.
Now a lot of people wonder exactly what capping is really like. While it's hard to explain every aspect in such a short period of time, some people have gone as far as to describe it as an underground version of Girls Gone Wild. Of course, there are a lot of differences between capping and Girls Gone Wild. For one, there are no blackmailers on Girls Gone Wild. But then again, those girls know they're going to have their videos shared all over the world. While girls on the internet will cry when they get recorded, that is a huge difference between capping and Girls Gone Wild. Plus they have to ask for permission before they use videos. And they have to be 18 or over. Complete opposite to what goes on here.
Yeah, so just to piggyback off the first two videos I showed you, you can see the black guy saying he just wants to clear his name and that it's probably not black guys doing this. So then you see a white guy saying, oh, well, it's probably younger men doing this. No, it's all ages, all races, all ethnic backgrounds, all religions. And here's a Hispanic man of color who set a woman on fire on the train while she was sleeping. And there was another man who did something, set a car on fire or something like that. And they're saying that the guy that set the car on fire, like it was like one of those cyber trucks, is connected to the same guy in New Orleans. So a lot of these men, they're in the same group chats. There was something going around a year or so ago on TikTok where men were throwing bricks at women's faces. were just walking around and punching women in the face, and you can't convince me that that's not a group chat that they're in, coaching each other to do certain things. So this isn't anything new. Back in the day, there were boys clubs. They just found other ways to do it. They're just getting caught now. So that was really my point with that, to let women know that there's no specific age group or race or tax bracket of men that are capable of doing these things. Yeah, it's really important for me that we as women and young girls understand that we are only in a man's life for lust or labor or worse. So let's hope it's one of those two. And the lust is, it's always for them. It's never because you look pretty that day. It's because they find you, the word submissive and breedable. I don't know if you guys remember that phase where, yeah, they think you're young, dumb, full of you know what, and they want you to stay that way. And the moment you're what's it called? Your frontal lobe develops completely, which is around the age 25. All of a sudden, you're hitting the wall. So that just goes to show like where the lust comes in, and then the labor obviously is lots of different forms of labor. So if you feel like there's a man in your life and he's wanting those things from you, you know, that's really just the way it is, honestly. And I know some women, they're comfortable with that. I don't know if you guys seen the movie Blink Twice, but it's about a movie of girls getting assaulted, but they wear this perfume and they don't remember what happened the night before. And one of the women actually does. And when she wakes her up from it and says, hey, like, this is what's been happening to her, the other woman attacks her saying, I wanted to forget. I didn't want to remember. So it's always like that one pick-me that will put male approval and validation over everything. And I think that's why people are really getting, the whole cooking with Kaya thing. Even though that was an innocent thing for the most part, women are really getting tired of other pick-me's because we're like, look, these men are doing this and you still want to have babies with them. So it's really one of those weird things. And not to say every man is a asshole or like a predator or something, because I know men that are really vanilla. They would never hurt a fly, but at the end of the day, they still drink beers with these guys. And I think they all need to be held accountable. This is also why I always will say that I'll be a girl's girl no matter what, because men are men's men. There could be a guy that would never hurt a fly, that'll take you on a first date and be respectful and not ask for a kiss, buy you flowers, and he will still chill with the guys that he knows assault women. So at the end of the day, they're all going to be a united front, and it doesn't make sense for us not to. Another thing I noticed going viral was some creepy older guy trying to see a teenage girl to get a Menzilian, which is like a Brazilian wax for men. And the video is just really creepy. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine.
Well, how can I help you?
Came to get a Manzillion.
Okay. Do you know who you booked with?
That little sweet little thing, Ashley, little 19-year-old.
Okay. All right, let me, okay, so I'm gonna be waxing you today, okay?
No. Where's Ashley?
Ashley, so she only waxes like, she doesn't do like Manzillions and stuff because she's not comfortable with waxing men.
No.
Okay.
So I can be her first.
No, I mean like I can wax you. I can wax you.
No. I can be her first.
Okay. Well, she has to have some training, but like that's something like she's not comfortable with. Like she, I don't want her to put like anybody in that weird position.
Yeah. No, I booked with Ashley.
Okay. You're not gonna see Ashley today. You're gonna see me. I promise, it's not gonna feel bad and stuff. Like, have you ever had a Manzillion done before?
No.
Okay, why did you want to do a Manzillion?
Because the little cute little thing named Ashley.
Okay. Yeah, she's not gonna be waxing you today. I'll be waxing you.
Yeah, not getting back to my man.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
No
well,
men.
Well, okay. Well,
no men.
We can cancel your appointment.
But what about Ashley?
No. No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Take care.
And you know, I remember when it comes to the 70,000 men in the group chat, I also remember another story from a YouTuber on Rotten Mango of pretty much the same thing, a group chat where the husbands would allow other men to like assault their partners. So this is definitely something new. And I will say certain things, that's definitely some white people shit. But black men do this all the time too. They do it in a more divert way. They'll say, oh, we ran a train on her at the party, when the whole time you know someone put something in her drink, went for the most vulnerable girl that doesn't have a group of people to protect her, and now she's all of a sudden the city bop when y'all, you know, you assaulted that girl. So, you know, it happens all the time, and they will literally set up girls to be put in this position. So it happens in literally every single community.
Days after, Jennifer went to the police and filed a report. And that's when the truth starts unraveling. Detailed plans on facilitating the assaults and potential impregnation of their wives by other men. And almost every single assault was documented in depth with pictures and videos. She discovered that her husband James had been live streaming their own intimate moments straight out of their bedroom. Jennifer would later say that James did try to initiate intimacy with her like every other day, and she felt like it was very frequent. So maybe it was for the live streams. And whenever James had any free time, she said that he was constantly these days watching X-rated videos.
Another video I saw was this woman, she basically said everything I wanted to say in a nutshell about how this is not new. It's not the internet. It's not OnlyFans. It's not feminism. This has been happening since the beginning of time. Men have been finding ways to coerce and assault us and give information on how to help other men do that and get away with it since the beginning of time, and they're just now getting caught. So I'm going to show you guys the clip I found of that.
Ladies, please, I beg. Okay. Men are not getting weirder. This is not new. This is not different. Sexism didn't stop, and then it just restarted one day. Patriarchy didn't stop, and then it just restarted one day. It has always been here. It has never changed. We are, what's happening is that we're changing. We're learning more and more and more, especially due to technology, because now more and more women across different countries and cultures and all types of class can talk to each other, or we can at least listen to each other, learn from each other, and go, oh, well, damn, yeah, that's the same thing. Because it is. There's no, whatever you want to call it, incels, alpha males, that shit ain't new. They're saying the same thing. Clothes have changed. We got some new technology. We got some extra rights. It got a little bit better for us, but like, we still ain't getting paid. Our labor is still being undervalued. Our time is being undervalued. We're being sexually assaulted. We're being all types of humiliated, dismissed, dehumanized. It's been the same shit. It has been this way for centuries, y'all. This it's not a new generation. This is different. The ideals, the message, the pain, the hurt, the harm, it is still the exact same. What is happening is with us. More and more women are starting to realize, oh, this is fucked up. And, oh, wait, this kind of was always fucked up. That's what's happening. That is what's happening. When I see these videos, these TikTok reels, or not TikTok reels, but reels, TikTok and stuff, and y'all be talking about, oh, well, he did this to me. Like, oh my God, are men getting weirder because this is blah, 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 blah. And it's just the same shit. It is sexism. It is misogyny. It's the patriarchy. The patriarchy is brainwashing. We have to unlearn that. We're unlearning the brainwashing. And so that's painful, and it's hard to come to grips with, and it's hard to realize. And a lot of us grew up in environments, in families, and communities where we did not know that. So now women are starting to go, wait a minute, what's this? I'm telling you right now, it's not new, baby. It is not new. It's the same bullshit. It's us. The veil is lifting. That's what's happening. They've been the same. They have been the same. That's what's happening. We're going forward. We're unlearning. We're trying to change. We're trying to reconcile all these emotions and all this fucked up shit that's happening to us in society and within our lives, within our families. That's what's changing. They're the ones staying behind. That's what's happening. We're leaving them behind because they want to stay behind. But the change is happening with us. It's not with them. They've done the same shit. I'm telling y'all. I saw a girl TikTok and she was talking about what happened to her in the club and she gave examples of the ignorant shit the niggas was saying. Girl, I've heard that before too. Like, and I've heard my auntie say the same shit. I've heard my grandmama tell me the same shit. Like other old women talk about men and it's the same fucked up shit. We have to. And I understand doing that because it's hard to reconcile with that, going like, damn, well, they've always treated it like this. Like even men that we love. Are you serious? Well, maybe it's this. Well, maybe it's just the people over there, and we want to distance ourselves because it fucking hurts. But you have to face it head on. That is part of how we fix it. You have to face it head on, babe. They've been the same. That's the sad truth. That's the hard pill. That's the hard pill we gotta swallow. It's misogyny, it's sexism, it's patriarchy. It's the same shit, y'all. I remember that clip of FKA Twigs talking about her abuse and how she was saying how she realized that she wasn't special. And what she meant was, this is happening to all types of women right now. This has happened to women before. This isn't something unique. This isn't something that's just so uncalled, so unheard of. We all know a woman, unfortunately, that has been sexually assaulted, that has been abused, that have been violated by men across cultures, across generations, across countries, across castes, across class, across all types of systems, across all types of jobs, every type of lifestyle you can think of. The more and more we talk to each other, the more and more you're going to realize it's the same shit. And it hurts, and it sucks, and it's painful. But y'all gotta move past this idea that, oh, these men are different. I don't know, something's happening. And misogyny, that's what's happening. The technology is different. The words may be a little bit different, but language changes all the time. The message, the ideas, the hurt, the pain, the harm, still the same. Them men in that 70,000 people group chat, it's the same. They're just using their phones now. Before technology, before we had phones, before we had TV, before we had all that other shit, they used to gather around and talk about it. It's the same shit, y'all. We have got to like move past it. I love the awareness. I'm loving it. Please keep going. Please. I want more and more women to realize that this is some bullshit. We have been scammed, baby. Please keep going. I'm glad that y'all are realizing and noticing this shitty behavior, the fucked up way that we're treated in this world, even if it's in one room, whatever. Keep going, because that's just the first step. But because we have to move past this whole individualized, oh, well, this just happened to me. I'm the only woman. I should feel embarrassed. I should feel ashamed. No. If you are in an abusive relationship right now, or if you're in a fucked up situation with a man, you are not alone, babe. I promise to God, you are not the only woman that has dealt with this, and you should not feel shame for it, and you should not feel guilty, and you should not feel like you stupid. We were brainwashed, and you should not feel shame for it, and you should not feel guilty, and you should not feel like you stupid. We were brainwashed. We've been brainwashed, and we have to do so much fucking work to undo it. That is what's happening. The men aren't getting weirder, babe. We're leaving them behind. They're staying the same. It hurts, but it's a truth that we have to reconcile with.
So yes, I know this video was a little heavy. We touched on a lot of dark topics, so definitely take some time to readjust, burn some sage, do a prayer, whatever you got to do, because I understand these topics are really heavy, but they need to be talked about, because at this point, I'm done with awareness. We got to start fighting back, So ladies, just stay vigilant, be aware of your surroundings. Always make sure you got, something on you. Stay prayed up, stay strapped up, whatever you got to do. Men watching this, don't be a part of the problem. Don't act oblivious when a woman tells you that she doesn't feel safe with men, or try to say it's just a group of men or not this group of men. Just acknowledge it and be helpful. That's the best thing you could do. I've noticed a lot of men will act like women are oblivious for being afraid of men, but if it was their daughter, if it was their little sister off at college, they would tell her that every man is a predator until proven otherwise, period. There is not all men. So if any guy's trying to give you that type of bullshit, he hates your guts. So anything other than I understand, I'm sorry you guys go through that. If you ever need anything, call me. If a man ever say anything other than that, he hates your guts. So yeah, that's just my little broadcast I wanted to bring you guys today. So if you got to the end of this video, thank you as always, and have a beautiful day. And of course, stay safe.